What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another beautiful day. Hope you guys are also having a wonderful day today as well. Today we're going to be talking about a few different things actually. To start off, we're going to talk about the 5 things I love most about the Scion TC. We'll do that, and I'm also going to talk about why Scion was discontinued. I've had a few people ask me, Kona, why did you buy the Scion, knowing that it was going to be discontinued and all that. There's actually a few different reasons, and ultimately though I want to talk about why it was discontinued. But that being said, we're going to jump in to the 5 things I love about the Scion TC. Kind of similar to my review on the car, but more detailed on what I love about it specifically. I also got to do some car swapping here because the Porsche is sitting out in front and I got to pull my car out. Also, if you guys can tell, over here, we just rewrapped the red on the car. I stripped off the matte red. I want to do a chrome red just because I thought it looked way better. And I just got done finishing doing that about an hour ago. I think it looks absolutely amazing. It looks way better than the matte red did. This looks so much meaner, more aggressive. It looks so much cooler. Also, next video after this is going to be on how to wrap a car. We're going to be doing the hood, and I'll explain more about that later. We've already got the wrap right here ready to go. This is wrap, so we're going to be wrapping the hood in the next video. But enough with that being said, I want to jump into this. So that being said, let me quickly pull out the car, and then we'll jump into it. And now that we've got the car pulled out of the garage, ready to go, I just also want to quickly say how much meaner the chrome red looks on the car than the matte red did before. I'm so glad I made the switch over, and I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I just didn't quite want to do it right away, but then the other day I just got bored and decided to do it. But there will be a video on how to wrap a car coming up next week. But with that being said, guys, I want to start talking about the 5 things I love about the Scion TC, starting with number 1. Number 1 on the list of things I love about the car, and the reason I've kind of bought it, was the sportiness. This car has a very unique sportiness about it that not a lot of other cars have. I mean, yes, it's not quite like the boxster or sport cars in general, but given its practicality, reliability, and the fact that it meets all aspects of a daily driver car, makes it absolutely awesome. And because of that, the sportiness aspect on it is outstanding. If you look at that, I mean, the car just has this beautiful, look to it. So that would probably be the top number 1 reason why I bought this car. The sportiness was just perfect. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money because I was looking at a few different cars. I was looking at like a 370Z, Scion FRS, stuff like that. And those were good. They were very fun. They're very sporty, very practical, or very tunable and all that, but they weren't very practical. And because of that, it really did deter me away from buying that car. This car, on the other hand, met my needs perfectly. Fun, sporty, I could do a lot to it, and it was so practical on top of being so sporty. I mean, the biggest thing, again, number 1 on that is sportiness. Now, jumping into number 2 on the list is the upgrade potential. A lot of cars that I was looking at, they had a lot of upgrade potential, or some of them didn't have a lot, or they're just overpriced or whatnot. This car, for what you're buying, has a bunch of potential, which is absolutely awesome. Stuff like exhaust, coilovers, which I've mentioned in other videos. You could very affordably do things to this car, such as exhaust, which was my number 1 thing for this car that I put the most money into, and so far it just gets better and better. So the upgrade potential for this car is absolutely spectacular, both on not just the exterior and performance, but also on the interior. As you guys have seen, my interior of the car is probably like no other, especially the TC. It's got the bunch of carbon fiber, Alcantara wrap. It's got little movie TV screens in the back. There's a bunch of practical space in the back of the car. It's a 5-seater, which was absolutely awesome. So this car, in terms of being sportiness and being able to like upgrade it, was one of the biggest reasons I bought it, because this can absolutely be upgraded in a beautiful way. But now we're moving on to reason number 3. And reason number 3 for this car is the uniqueness of it. Yes, that may sound odd to hear, but it is very unique in terms of other cars in the same price range. It's of course not as unique as, you know, Ferrari or something, but it is very unique in terms of, like, for example, a Honda Civic, Honda Accords. Those are fun, those are sporty cars which are in the same degree as this, you see everywhere. You know, I see them absolutely everywhere, and that kind of bums me out, because I was looking at them, but I realized, like, there were too many on the road that didn't have a unique aspect about it. This car has a very unique aspect, because there's only so many of them on the road, especially the newer gens. So to me, that was a big factor of why I bought it. It was just something that not everybody had. You know, I go in town, I see everybody's got, you know, Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla, stuff like that. And to me, great, I love them, but this was way more unique for the same price range, and it just had a lot more with it that made my interest in this car a lot higher. But now we're moving on to thing number 4, which is practicality. As I explained on this, I want to keep these next two short. This car is unbelievably practical. It is a 5-seater with a huge amount of trunk space. It's very comfortable. I could use this every single day, and which I do. And that's why it's absolutely amazing. So I bought this car because it was practical. Again, I was looking at other cars that just weren't super practical, and that's why I didn't get them. This car, unbelievably practical. So that is one of the top things I love about this car. And then other than practicality, which leads us to our 5th and final option, which is the affordability of it. This car, again, I also bought because I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on a new car. I pretty much bought this car new, not brand new, at about, I think it was like 17,000 miles on it. But the main reason I bought it was because the cars that I was looking at my price range were, to me, unpractical and not worth the price, weren't reliable for the price, or overpriced for what you're getting. This car to me stuck out because the affordability for what you're buying was phenomenal. I mean, you're buying this really cool, sporty, fun, practical car at a phenomenal price. It is super reliable. Now I quickly want to, I'm actually gonna move the car because it's getting really hot and I'm really hot, so I'm gonna pull it into the garage, but we're gonna finish off by talking about why Scion was discontinued. Alright, now I got the car pulled into the garage and out of the sun. I am boiling hot because it is like 80 degrees out here. We're going through, don't get me wrong, a wonderful heat wave, but it is getting really hard, especially with this car being black and all that. But so kind of what I want to talk about, and one of the reasons, you know, I've been getting this comment a lot, asking why I have a Scion, why I haven't gotten rid of it, or why I bought it in the first place, knowing that Scion was going out of business. It's not true that Scion was going out of business. Pretty much what it is, a Scion is a line of Toyota, just like, trying to think of another, unfortunately I can't think of one right now, of course, but ultimately it's just kind of like a sub-line of Toyota. And the reason Scion was created was to appeal to more the younger people, such as me when I bought the car, and all that, who wanted something nice and new, but not at a ridiculous price. On top of, you know, being more sporty and fun and unique. That's why they designed Scion in the first place, was to be unique, sporty, fun, reliable, and practical, but at a wonderful price. The reason, however, it didn't succeed is not a lot of people were buying them. That was because most people, and this is what I understand from my research, were just more interested in buying, you know, just generic Toyotas instead. I just think the people they were trying to advertise to and trying to sell to just wasn't big enough to support its own line. That is why they've taken certain cars and converted them over from the Scion line to Toyota's name, such as the Toyota 86, which was originally the Scion FRS, which is also, I don't understand why, but it's also the Subaru BRZ. Not sure how it jumped over to there, but the Scion FRS is now the Toyota 86. Same with the Toyota IA or whatever it is. There's like 3 other models from the Scion line that they're keeping, they're just changing the name to Toyota. The reason they didn't keep Scion is because they had other cars in the same area that were a little bit less expensive, that were very similar, and that was one of the issues. Plus they have the Scion FRS / Toyota 86, which is the fun, sporty version of it. And I think that's why Scion ultimately did not succeed. For the TC specifically, and why TC was discontinued. Now, that may be, in some people, a disadvantage or something that would be sad. I actually found it I liked it. That, to me, that said, this car was no longer going to be made, meaning it's not necessarily going to go up in value, but it will go up in uniqueness, because there will only be so many on the road, especially in good condition, especially the newer gens. There's very few newer gens out there. All of them, you can see a bunch of older ones, but the newer gens are very, very hard to find now, and the prices have actually been sitting really stable. So to me, it's actually a really good thing, especially because this uses a very similar platform to the Toyota Corolla, which means I could pretty much buy OEM Toyota Corolla parts, OEM Scion TC parts that pretty much will work for this car. So it's not like I'm running out of parts. I know on a discontinued car that tends to happen. I found it as a positive thing that this car is actually discontinued, so I took advantage of that. And I've actually been really happy with it because it's been very unique. Yes, again, it is no super sports car, no high-end luxury car or anything, but to me this car is absolutely spectacular. It fit every option that I need of practicality, reliability, sportiness, and performance. Just everything. I mean, if you could think of it, this car met what I needed, and that's why I bought it and why I love it so much, and part of the reason I just can't get rid of it. But just to recap on what it was about this car, starting off again with number one of why I love this car, or the 5 things I love about this car, is the sportiness. Super sporty, especially for the money, is absolutely awesome. Number 2 is the upgrade potential. I have put a lot of upgrades into this car, and it has changed the car so much from stock, and it looks absolutely amazing. It drives absolutely amazing. It sounds absolutely amazing. Every aspect of this car has changed drastically off of the upgrades, and I really haven't put in a huge amount of money, which is, to me, absolutely awesome. Number 3 is the uniqueness. This car, especially now with being discontinued, is becoming a lot more unique. And again, like I said earlier, it's not like you see one all the time going everywhere. Somewhat you do see a lot of the older ones, but the newer gens are very hard to find, and they're actually quite nice to see out there. So that's, to me, why I think it's very unique, because you're not seeing it everywhere like you are seeing a Toyota Corolla or a Honda Civic or whatever. This car you don't see very often. Number 3, practicality. This is a 5-seater, really spacious, really comfortable, huge trunk space, absolutely perfect for practicality. Affordable, and it's efficient, fuel efficient. Affordability, absolutely amazing. You can buy these cars at very affordable prices with great mileage, great condition. One of the main reasons about this car. So with that being said, guys, the Scion TC is really an amazing car, and those are the 5 things I love about the car, and why Scion was discontinued, and why I had an interest in the Scion, especially the TC. But with that being said, guys, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I've been getting so much support and so many new subscribers lately. It's absolutely amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. But that being said, once again, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys have a great week. Be sure to follow and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. And be sure to be you. Peace out.